What's going on? But here with none other than legendary promoter Bob Arum. How you doing, Bob?
Good, really good.
So you got a lot going on. There was some big news announced today. You guys signed Josh Taylor.
Yeah, Josh is a great addition to Top Rank. Terrific fighter. He proved himself, winning a World Series of Boxing. We are looking forward to promoting him, doing some big fights for him. He's a terrific fighter. We have another 140-pound guy who is sensational in Jose Ramirez. Hopefully, by sometime by the end of the year, they'll be ready to fight each other.
So that's the plan, Undisputed?
Yeah, exactly. I love Undisputed.
Now, last time we had a junior welterweight Undisputed champ. It was another one of your fighters, Terrence Bud Crawford.
Yeah, that's right. And Bud went through everybody and won all the belts and then went up to 147.
So is there a possibility of winning that fight to face Terrence Crawford later on?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, obviously, the best fight that people want to see are Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence. And hopefully Al and I will be able to work out a deal for that fight. We shouldn't have much trouble. We didn't have trouble for this big Wilder Fury fight. So I think in the course of promoting the Wilder Fury, we'll have occasion to talk and hopefully be able to arrange for Terrence and Spence to fight.
Now, what do you say when people feel like they say that Terrence Crawford is promoted third in Top Rank? You know, you promote Tyson Fury more, Vasil Lomachenko more than Terrence Crawford. He just doesn't get the publicity and recognition.
Well, we're not responsible for the publicity. The publicity is how the journalists and the media outlets want to supply it. We put out massive amounts of stuff on Terrence and Lomachenko and certainly Tyson Fury. And, you know, the picking and choosing as to what is going to run is up to the people who get that information. And, you know, Fury is such a tremendous character and talks up a storm that, you know, he's something different. People are attracted to it, and the media are, and, you know, they buy into it. As far as Lomachenko is concerned, you know, I don't think that the publicity for Lomachenko is greater than the publicity for Terrence. You know, again, who gets the publicity is not up to me and not up to Top Rank. But, you know, Loma is blessed now with an opponent in a big fight in Teofimo Lopez. And I assure you that once the Crawford-Spence fight happens and is announced, the spotlight will go back to Terrence.
Mm-hmm. Now, a lot of people were talking about the fact that Terrence said that the PBC fighters are not willing to fight him or they're avoiding him. But we heard, you know, you had once upon a time stated that, you know, there were no money for Kell Brook fight, or you weren't too interested in negotiating for Sean Porter or Danny Garcia because you don't believe that they're big draws, you know. And we know Manny Pacquiao was once upon a time a top rank fighter, and you say you put the brakes on that because you didn't want to see Manny hurt. Could you just elaborate on that?
Well, you know, again, I didn't think Sean Porter against Terrence was a big fight until Sean Porter really proved himself in the Errol Spence fight, which could have gone his way. So obviously Sean Porter would be a very interesting opponent for Terrence. And as far as Danny Garcia is concerned, I don't think Danny Garcia means anything. I really don't. You know, he's a decent fighter. Yes, he's a nice young man. But, you know, he hasn't proved that he can draw his breath, you know. Porter, because he was in with Spence, and that was a pay-per-view, I think I would be happier with a Porter fight because against Terrence, because I think it would do better.
Now, a lot of the fans would have rather seen Danny Garcia versus Amir Khan, but you feel like Amir Khan is a bigger draw than Danny Garcia? And what happened with the negotiations with Danny Garcia?
We offered Danny Garcia a lot of money to fight Terrence, and they never even got back to us. They never even acknowledged that we had offered him. So we went to Amir Khan, which, he has his flaws, Amir does. But that was the biggest fight out there that we could make for Terrence.
Now, Danny felt like you guys offered him $3 million. He felt like he was worth more than $3 million.
Well, why didn't he say that? Right? Why didn't he say that? If I offer you $5 for something, and you feel that it's worth $20, you'd say, "Hey, now $5 is not enough. I want 20." And negotiation begins and so forth. That is true. We offered him $3 million. So that's not the end of the story. That's part of negotiation.
Right. But the fans feel like you offered. It was reported that Amir Khan got 7 and he defeated Amir Khan, and so he should have got more money.
But again, Amir Khan, that 7 is correct. But Amir Khan we didn't start off with 7 with Amir Khan. We started off with a lot less, and Amir Khan bargained it up to $7 million. Danny, without dialogue, if you offer a guy $3 million and he doesn't even reply, maybe he's not interested in the fight. The last thing I would think is that he's interested in the fight, but he wants more money. But let him say it.
Right. Now, let me ask you about Manny Pacquiao. Yesterday, he came out and he stated that he's willing to fight Terrence Crawford and he's willing to fight Errol Spence. Would you be willing to negotiate to get a deal done with Manny Pacquiao at this point in time now? Or are you still concerned about his health?
For me, again, I don't think that Manny Pacquiao should fight either guy. But if Manny Pacquiao truly wanted to fight Terrence, I can't talk for Spence, then he should call me and tell me I'm a friend of his. I love Manny Pacquiao. We had a long and mutually advantageous relationship. So let Manny call me, and we'll figure out how much he wants, and let's see if it's doable. Again, I don't think it's a fight that Manny should take, but he's his own man, and if he thinks that he would be competitive with Terrence, I would be happy to do the fight. But, all of that stuff, well, Manny would fight Terrence. Well, after all these years where he was promoted with top rank, shouldn't he call me and tell me, "Hey, I'd like to fight Terrence. I want X and Y, and let me see if I can get it"? Because I don't think Terrence would have any hesitation about fighting him.
Now, let me ask you, did you see all of the back and forth with Terrence and Errol as of this week? They've been going back and forth via social media, Twitter.
I heard about that, and I think that's good because it indicates now that both guys want to do the fight. And then it's up to the promoters to come to terms and put it together. So now, I would go ahead and talk to Al about the fight. In negotiating for Wilder and Fury, that issue came up, and Al assured me that we would do the fight, at least from his point, in 2020, which we're at now. But that was before the accident.
Yeah. Now, Errol came out. He stated that he told Terrence Crawford fights don't get made on social media, and tell Bob he knows how to get the fight done. Have there already? You said that you and Al touched on it in negotiation with Wilder and Fury. how far have you gotten negotiations with
Well, again, until I know that both fighters want to fight, which now appears to be the case, I wasn't going to do anything. Because what is Al going to fight to force Spence into doing the fight? I knew Terrence wanted to fight, but now that Errol indicates that he wants to fight, then by all means, while we're involved in the promotion of the biggest fight in years, Wilder Fury, I'll be talking to Al about it.
Now, Errol said that he don't want no tune-ups. He wants to come back in June, late May, early June, and more than likely face Danny Garcia. But he definitely wants Terrence Crawford fight in 2020. Do you think that's an end of the year fight? Or?
Well, okay, if that's what they want, then we'll make another fight for Terrence, and hopefully they'll fight by the end of the year. I mean, no problem with that.
Okay, Al. So I appreciate you, Bout. Allowing me to come to the Top Rank office, and I downstairs, man, it's amazing. You have all the old tapes, since you got started, the original tapes.
A lot of years.
It's a beautiful thing to see.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you, Bout.
Okay, you're very welcome. Thank you. Nice talking to you.
You too.